My name is Elizabeth. I am 23 years old. I need to tell you about a girl named Arabella. She moved into our apartment building. She was around my age, kind and confident. My mother loved her. My mother said to me, "Look at Arabella. She's so responsible, so organized. You should learn something from her. Try to be more like her." I rolled my eyes at first, but after a while, it began to bother me. I didn't dislike Arabella. I didn't even know her that well, but hearing her name all the time made me angry. It had been 3 months since Arabella moved in. One afternoon, my mother said Arabella's boyfriend had proposed. Arabella is getting married next month. I was shocked. I looked at my mother. I said, "What, already? How old is she?" My mother said she was 24. I couldn't believe it. Arabella was so young. 2 weeks later, Arabella got married. She wore a beautiful white dress. She looked happy. I didn't talk to Arabella much. Still, I didn't wish her any harm. I hoped things would go well for her. 2 days later, everything changed. I came home from work that evening. I opened the door to our apartment, and there she was. Arabella, sitting on our couch in our living room. I froze. Her face was pale. Her eyes were red and swollen. She had been crying. My mother was sitting beside her. She was crying too. Next to them was Arabella's mother. She was holding my mother's hand. People from the building began to gather. The word had spread quickly. The bride had come back on the 3rd day of her marriage. My mother looked up and saw me. Her eyes were full of tears. She said, "Go to your room." I nodded. I didn't ask any questions. I just turned and walked down the hall. Everyone wanted to know what had happened. Everyone had advice. They tried to talk to Arabella. They told her what she should have done, what she shouldn't have done, what was right, what was wrong. But no one told me anything. Maybe they thought I was too young. Maybe they thought I wouldn't understand. So I stayed quiet. Then one evening, I heard my parents talking. I was in my room. The door was slightly open. My mother was talking to my father. She said, "Tomorrow you need to go to Arabella's in-laws. Talk to them. Ask them to take her back. Mistakes happen. There has to be some kind of solution. Marriages don't just end like this." My father agreed. He said he would go. The next morning they left. I stayed home. Arabella was upstairs with her brother. I didn't have the courage to go up there. I didn't have the courage to ask her what had happened. So I stayed downstairs, waiting, praying that they would come back with good news. They returned in the evening. I was sitting on the couch when the door opened. I looked up. Arabella's mother was holding a white bed sheet in her hands. Her face was full of anger. She yelled at Arabella. She screamed at her, and then she said something I will never forget. She said, "It would have been better if girls like Arabella were never born. I should never have had a daughter. It would have been better if you had died with your father." My heart stopped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My mother looked at me and said, "Take Arabella upstairs." I nodded. I stood up and walked over to Arabella. I gently took her by the arm and led her toward the stairs. I still didn't know what had caused all of this. No one had told me. Arabella's mother didn't stop at words. She raised her hand. She slapped Arabella right across the face. Arabella didn't fight back. She didn't defend herself. She just stood there crying. My mother quickly stepped between them. She told me to take Arabella back downstairs. She said she would handle Arabella's mother. So I brought Arabella down. I gave her a glass of water. I asked if she was all right. Arabella didn't answer. She just stared at the floor. Her hands were shaking. After a few minutes, I asked her again. I asked if she could tell me what had happened. Arabella looked at me. She said, "I didn't bleed." I didn't understand. I said, "What?" I had no idea what she meant. Arabella was about to explain, but before she could, my mother came. She walked over to us. She told Arabella to go back to her house. I felt angry because I still didn't understand. After 6 months, Arabella got divorced. That's it. The story is over. Well, almost. I forgot to mention something important. Arabella's in-laws threw her out for one reason. She was not a virgin. That was it. That was the crime. That was the shame. Losing virginity before marriage? How dare she? How shameless. People said, well, her father died when she was young. This is what happens. This is what you get when you send girls to college. His is what you get when you give them freedom. Even here in America, there are still countless ways people judge whether you are pure or not. In some areas, the white bedsheet test still exists. If you don't bleed on your wedding night, you fail. You don't get your approval. You don't get your validation. You are labeled. You are shamed. You are sent away. But the question was never whether Arabella was a virgin or not. The real question was whether she was pure. And who gets to decide that? Society. Always society. You know, our whole lives we try to be good. Good daughter, good sister, good wife, good friend, good lover. But we forget that relationships come and go. People come and go. But first, we have to be good humans. We tried so hard to make everyone happy, but no one was satisfied. Not our families, not our partners, not our lovers, not society. Your reputation can be destroyed in a single moment. One mistake, and everything you built is gone. Arabella was never my enemy. She was my friend. She taught me that someone's opinion can never define your character. Only you can do that. I felt proud of her. She fought for herself. There are many medical reasons why women don't bleed on their first night. And none of them have anything to do with who a woman really is. So before you judge, maybe take a moment and learn the truth. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.